Hello, this is Steve Malone with Compass FX. I hope you're doing well today and you're getting some good trades. Today we saw the euro dollar have a pretty good sell-off and it put the euro advantage over euro bulls. But I don't think the euro bulls are done just yet. There's some potential setups on some higher time frame charts that might suggest the euro bulls are still in the game. So what took place today? We had real money accounts, large institutional accounts like pension funds, and we also had some short-term hedge funds selling into the euro dollar. As a matter of fact, across the board, the euro took a hit today, seeing the euro Aussie, euro pound, especially the euro yen making a move down today when some Japanese names came in, selling the euro yen down from the 139.80 area all the way down to the 138.90 area. We also had a worse than expected German CPI number. The consumer price index for Germany, which is the backbone of the eurozone, being weaker than expected, not a good sign for the health and well-being of the euro overall. There's also concerns of the emerging markets, given the FOMC tapering and the RBNZ, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, coming out with some dovish statements. Earlier on, there have been some whispers in the market that the RBNZ would step in with a higher interest rate in the Kiwi, and that would also help the Australian market. We've seen the Australian market kind of so-so, a little weaker overall. So we can see that the euro basically bounced around close to the weekly open. We've actually seen that it pretty much has stayed there most of the week, bouncing between the weekly open and the weekly mid-low. Now I've got my average daily range pro calculator on the chart just to show you again how important these weekly ranges are, especially when there's some uncertainty or tug-of-war between bulls and bears in the marketplace, how the market has a tendency to play to the levels. Today we saw it drop down to the weekly low, and this happened right at the start of the European session. Market pushed all the way down today and is sitting right now at the weekly extension low number 1 for the week. We still could see the potential for the market to push down, and there sits at 34.73, the third extension low, but we'll have to break the 135, and that's really the key level that the market's looking at. If the market can hold the 135 level, then the euro bulls are still in the game. Let's go and take a look at the daily chart. And on the daily chart, I've already laid out some levels here, some significant levels that the market is going to look to either hold or push to. Now, this is the key level right here, this 135 level. And we've seen this level be tested before. We've seen a bounce off of it. The market's pushed through it, went back to it. We've worked off of it. Now we're getting back towards it. If we break through 135, the next level down is about the 134.15, 134.20 area. That goes back to a high here and a high going back into June of 2013. So we'll be looking to see if the market's going to push on down into that area. Thereafter, the ultimate target that Euro Bears are looking for is a push down to 133, back down to test this low point. And you can see down below here that the market baseline, and this is important, the market baseline, if I just run a trend line, continues to slide downward, even though currently the euro dollar has been in kind of this 350 pip range and hasn't seemed to move out of it. One last thought. What about those euro bulls? What if the market holds this 135? What are some things to consider? We can see that the market's working off the 100-day EMA right at 135.60 area. The 200 EMA sits right below here, and that is down in that area that I talked about if we get to push down right around that 134.20 area. Take a closer look at this though. Take a look at not only price action, take a look at what's going on in the Traders Dynamic Index. The Traders Dynamic Index has made that move down based upon the market baseline, but take a look at something here. If I simply take a little area here, see that low point, and then I move that low to this low, then move it up to this area, there's a possibility of a potential head and shoulders pattern. You can see it also right down here, a low right there, a lower low, and then we have a higher low. If the market right here cannot get below and get down in this area here, based on our Traders Dynamic Index, if we don't see that movement down here, there's a pretty good chance that the market will attempt to hold this 135. So when you consider the inverse head and shoulders seen in both price action and in market sentiment, there's a chance that the Euro bulls can hang in on the game. We still have corporate offers sitting up around 137 and 137.50 held by institutions. I'm sure some institutions would like to see the market hit those and then trigger a downward move. The big picture is for the euro to sell off, but right now, given this inverse head and shoulders, we could see that push back up. We'll also have to get some good economic news out of the Eurozone. Overnight, we're going to have German retail sales, the Eurozone's unemployment rate, and the Eurozone's CPI number. If the unemployment rate and the CPI come out better than expected, there is a possibility we see this move back up towards 136 and higher. On the other hand, if the CPI and the unemployment rate do not improve, then I look for a push back down. And what we'll look for on an intraday perspective is to watch this Traders Dynamic Index. It could possibly push back up here towards the 50 level. And if it pushes back up towards the 50 level and price action doesn't, we'll be looking for continuation on down. Take a look at the 15-minute chart. There you go. You can see that the market's already moved back. Current sentiment has already moved back to the 50. If the market baseline works its way back to the 50 and price doesn't really move that much, I look for that push back down, and then we'll be looking for the move to break 135 and then possibly reach down to that 134.15, 134.20 area. Well, this is Dean Malone with Compass FX. I hope some of the information I've given you about the euro and the contention between the Euro Bears and the Euro Bulls will help you in your trading. Make it a good day. Get some good trades. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.